We're talking about the viral Dubai chocolate bar that's got everyone buzzing. This is going to be one delicious ride.
These giant chocolate bars from Dubai are taking the internet by storm. Fix Dessert Chocolatier has been going viral for selling chocolate bars with like kanafe, latte, karak, pretzel, and many more. Foodies can only order from the website at 5 p.m. sharp, but the chocolate sells out in a matter of minutes. Food bloggers and influencers have filmed many reviews of the viral chocolate bars. People from all over the world are having their Dubai friends buy it for them so they can also give it a try. And other skilled cooks are attempting to recreate the chocolate bars at home.
Can you believe the frenzy over these chocolate bars for your own chocolate venture?
Just one of Dubai's viral chocolate bars will cost you $20 at most stores. It's a high price tag, but is it worth it?
It is a viral piece of chocolate and it is delicious, if I had to say so myself. But I wanted to talk to owners about the impact this piece of chocolate is having on their businesses.
$20 for a chocolate bar. That's like trading in 4 lattes or a whole pizza. But here's the kicker. People are happily shelling out an experience, a status symbol even. Local shops are seeing new faces. And it's like the chocolate bar is a magnet, pulling in customers who then discover everything else the store offers. This shows that if you create something unique and desirable...
I need to talk about the chocolate bars from Fix here in Dubai. These are the viral chocolate bars and they're expensive. They're $25 a piece. I would say that they're worth it because they might be the best chocolate I've ever had in my life. First one was brownie. This one is peanut butter caramel, and the last one was pistachio crunch. They sell out every single day by 5 p.m. so you have to order them before 5. They're $25 each, and I think they're so worth it.
All right, so we've heard about the hype, the price, but what about the taste? Mary Jane here that if you deliver exceptional quality and flavor, people won't just buy your product. They'll rave about it. Word of mouth is powerful.
This pistachio cream is such a sweet treat, you will want to put it on and in everything. Think of Nutella, but with pistachio and white chocolate. Start by boiling your shelled pistachios for 5 minutes and drain and pat dry. This will make it easier to blend and remove the skin from the pistachio. For the cream, add milk, butter, and white chocolate chips to a pot. Mix until butter and white chocolate melts and becomes creamy. Next, add pistachios, powdered sugar, and milk to a food processor or blender and blend until a smooth paste. Next, add your white chocolate cream to the pistachio paste and blend it till smooth and creamy.
Okay, who else is drooling right now? Pistachio cream that's basically Nutella's fancier cousin? Yes, please. This is the kind of unique ingredient. Think about what unique twist you can offer. Maybe it's a special ingredient, a secret family recipe, or a new flavor combination that gets people talking.
This is shredded phyllo dough that I always have in my freezer for making knefe. Recently, a knefe pistachio chocolate bar went viral in Dubai, made with fried shredded phyllo, stirred with pistachio butter, and then stuffed in a chocolate bar. I've made real chocolate from scratch before, but to make this quicker, I just chopped and melted some dark chocolate and placed it into a mold with the pistachio mixture on top, covered by another layer of melted chocolate and then frozen solid for just about 20 minutes. It actually wasn't that hard to make this quick version, but I'm curious to taste the real version one day.
When people start making DIY versions of the more people interact with your brand, the more it grows.
Do you know what the viral pistachio kunefa Dubai chocolate bar has in common with this year's cluttercore interior design, the excessive layering and eclectic prints trend in fashion, or even the antique logos popping up in graphic design? Maximalism. This is what we call food maximalism. If you want to stay ahead of the curve and enhance your business model, integrating this need to your food business will set you apart from your competitors.
That less is more. We're in the era of more is more. Think about it. The Dubai chocolate bar isn't just textures and visual appeal. It's like the dessert version of a fireworks show. This ties into the larger trend of maximalism, indulging store displays, as it is to the taste buds.
Pistachio cream is one of the hardest things to make. Pistachio are already one of the most expensive nuts on the market. However, pistachio cream is even more expensive, with some jars costing $140 per kilogram. Now, the reason it's so hard to make pistachio cream involves taking off all the shells, then removing all of the little purple husks on each individual nut. If you don't remove these husks, it ruins both the color and the flavor of the pistachio cream. This process of removing the husk is extremely time-consuming and often needs to be done by hand.
So we've talked about the hype, the taste, the trends, but let's get real for a second. When you're planning your own chocolate creations, don't skimp on the good stuff. Your customers will taste the difference, and they'll appreciate the authenticity and effort, even if it costs a bit more. So, we've unwrapped the secrets behind the Dubai chocolate bar's meteoric rise to fame. But what does this mean for you? If you're dreaming about starting your own chocolate business, there's a treasure trove of insights here. Let's switch gears and see how you can turn this sweet inspiration into a reality.
It planted the seed on, well, where the black people at? None of the sweets that I like. Where's the banana pudding? The sweet potato pie? You'll see these different cultural representations, but none that resonated with my culture. So that expanded my world. On Saturday morning, Chocolate with Jacques Therese used to come on. I'd wake up and I'd watch the show. More than just reading the books and reading about things, I could actually physically do it. And there was no YouTube to go search, to go see how it's done. He was really, really informative.
Jessica Spalding hit the nail on the head. She saw a gap in the market that was basically waving a flag saying, "Fill me." She wanted to see her own culture represented in the sweets she loved. So she took matters into her own hands. Think about it. How many times have you wished for a product that just doesn't exist yet? That's your golden opportunity. By tapping into underserved markets or blending unique cultural elements into your products, you can create something truly special. Jessica's Harlem Chocolate Factory isn't just a chocolate shop. It's a celebration of culture and heritage wrapped up in deliciousness. So find that niche that speaks to you and run with it.
And it failed miserably. I was going to make a bunch of chocolate and give it away, and then somebody famous was going to taste it, and then I would become famous, and then everybody would buy it. That was my sales plan.
We've all been there, daydreaming about that one big break that catapults us to success overnight. Jessica's initial plan was more of a wish upon a star than a real strategy. Spoiler alert, it didn't work. But here's the takeaway. A dream without a plan is just a wish. To turn your chocolate passion into a thriving business, you need more than hope. You need a solid plan. That means understanding your market, setting realistic goals, and having a strategy for production, marketing, and sales. It's not the most glamorous part, but trust me, future, you will thank present you for putting in the groundwork.
For example, like when Oprah called, and we got Oprah's favorite things, it's like, okay, we have to scale in 90 days.
I sent Oprah paper cutouts of what our bars would look like. Sent Oprah a note that basically said, I know it looks crazy, I know it's paper cutout, but I promise you, we will have the packaging.
Can you imagine getting a call that Oprah wants to feature your product? That's like winning the small business lottery. But then comes the oh snap moment. How do you scale up to meet the demand? Jessica didn't even have finalized packaging yet, but she didn't let that stop her. She seized the opportunity and figured out the details along the way. The lesson here, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Opportunities can pop up out of nowhere, and being flexible and quick on your feet can make all the difference. So, keep some extra supplies handy, have a plan B and C, and don't be afraid to take a leap of faith when a big chance comes knocking.
And I would not do it the way I did before. That was crazy, really small. I had no idea what I was doing or what I was getting myself into. There is a certain size that would be really pleasant and more profitable to start at, because in the beginning you're so busy. The last thing you want to be doing is loading 4-pound grinders and 8 of them at that.
Dylan is basically saying, learn from my mistakes so you don't have to make them yourself. Starting too small can be just as challenging as starting too big. Imagine juggling 8 tiny grinders when 1 or 2 larger ones would do the trick. That's a recipe for burnout. When planning your venture, think about the scale that's manageable but also efficient. Invest in equipment that will serve you well as you grow, even if it's a bit more upfront. Trust me, your future self who's not spending all night grinding cocoa beans will thank you.
This year, the cocoa beans needed to make chocolate gotten a lot more expensive.
Well, we use a high percentage of cocoa in our product, so I think that's why we're probably getting hit harder.
Anthony Cerrone co-owns the century-old company Lilac Chocolates. He buys these 10-pound blocks from Cargill in Minnesota, one of the world's largest chocolate processors.
We melt it down, we temper it, and we use it as an ingredient in our recipes. We renewed our chocolate contract this year. Our prices were up 62% versus last year. As you can imagine, that was a big hit.
Ouch. A 62% increase in costs is like a punch to the gut for any business. But here's the deal. Challenges like this are part of the entrepreneurial journey. Market fluctuations, supply chain issues, unexpected expenses, expenses, they happen. The key is to build a resilient business model that can weather these storms. Maybe that means diversifying your suppliers, adjusting your pricing, or even innovating with alternative ingredients. Stay informed about industry trends and be proactive rather than reactive. It's like driving. You don't wait to brake until you're inches from the obstacle. You anticipate and adjust your course ahead of time.
All right, my lovelies, I did it. I did it. I did it. If you fail, be discouraged momentarily, but do not let that set you back. Regroup and find another way to figure it out and win, succeed. It is a perfect opportunity to learn something, to gain something from that experience.
Emmy's excitement is contagious, isn't it? She didn't nail it on the first try, but she kept at it. That's the spirit every entrepreneur needs. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of the journey toward it. Think of failures as plot twists in your business story. They make things interesting and give you lessons to learn. So, when your first batch of chocolates doesn't turn out perfect, or your marketing campaign falls flat, don't throw in the towel. Take a deep breath, figure out what went wrong, and try again. Success tastes even sweeter when you've earned it through perseverance.